What's going on, guys? So today we're talking about OKnives. All right, Olight is having another sale, like they do. They have the sales, we know that all the time. But of course, we knew it's coming. Christmas is around the corner, all the holidays and everything, so it is a great opportunity to have a sale. I'll probably do a separate video on the flashlights just because they are pretty cool, but I wanted to focus a little bit on the knives today. So as you see here, we have an array of different Olight OKnives. Recent pickups is this upgraded beagle with the 154 cm, which is actually pretty awesome, I have to say. I already had the beagle here. I think I did a separate video on it. But this 154, it really is awesome. I do actually like the coloration as well. I like the scales. But 154 has always been a favorite for me. It really is a great performing steel, and I think maybe it's a little bit underrated. A lot of people focus on, S30V, S35VN, and, so forth, all the other great, steels out there, M390 and M4. But 154 has just always been rock solid. It really is a great performer. It's above average for sure, but it just doesn't get the spotlight some of the other premium steels out there get. I guess it's considered kind of middle of the road these days, but I've always been a huge fan of it. But it's just a really nice setup with this. It's a very comfortable knife. And I'm a fan. Even though I like the other one, this one is even better. So definitely worth keeping an eye out if you get a chance to get one of those. But the more recent pickup was this nightclaw. So when I first saw this, and by the way, something I randomly noticed is that all the pictures, like on their lights and stuff on the boxes, are actual size. They're always actual size, like literally the exact same size. Just an odd tidbit there. But anyway, this nightclaw, when I first saw these, I thought it was super gimmicky. I've had a lot of, like coin-shaped knives. So I didn't really, give this much thought or anything. Eventually got one just recently, and I have to say I really, really love it. So if you haven't seen this before, and I think there's a couple different variants on this as well, but obviously it has the logo here. It's a round pendant style knife. We do have a movable little lanyard hole here, all right, so that does swivel. And on the inside, or in the center, you can see there's a little jeweled button. All right, so this is a button lock. All right, you can see kind of a blade on the side there. So you go ahead and back up. What's interesting is you have to flick these open, which is of course the most fun way to do it anyway. So you press the button, there's a button lock, you just flick it open till it locks. All right, so you can flick it shut. Let me give it a little bit more of a flick here. There we go. So it's open and it's locked. There is no blade play whatsoever on this. The blade is actually super, super sharp. This one's in D2, which is marked on the blade. And even though this looks super hokey, it actually works really, really well. Because of this design, you can just kind of put this in your pointer finger here, almost like a little cat claw. And because it has a little, hawkbill blade on there, you dig that tip right into a box and just zips open boxes like crazy. It's really, really neat. So I have to say, this is something that I totally wrote off in the beginning. When I first saw this, absolute gimmick. There's no way I'm going to, like that. I didn't even bother. But now, to be honest, I like to go back and get the other ones, the other versions of it. Super cool. Although I have to say, I did notice there is a nail nick on the top of the blade. I don't know why, because it is completely encapsulated in these scales. So you can't use the nail nick. I suppose if it was half open or something, you can use that to open it the rest of the way. But it's actually super cool. I have to say, I'm pretty surprised by that. So that's actually one of my new favorites, from this line. And I finally did get a Gerber. The Gerber was the first one that came out. I missed the boat on that, a little late to the party. I do a trading for a bunch of stuff, as you guys know, it just wasn't available. Because it was the first, everyone flipped out, they had to have it. If you haven't caught on by now, Olight there's like a cult following. Like seriously, people need to have every color of every item. Anything that comes out, they come out with an Olight condom. People they're gonna sell out in 5 minutes. An Olight armchair. The awning, Olight awning. I guess it'd be an O awning. I don't know. But these things are just insanely popular and collectible, and they're doing it right. Whoever works marketing for Olight definitely knows what they're doing. Something else, talking about collectability, we'll leave that open there, are the coins. So this is actually one of my favorites, the splint. I think I did a separate video on this. I just love that blade shape. That is super, super nice looking. But I took the coin out for that because if you don't know, these come with coins, which again adds to that collectability. So here's a better shot of that. And of course, if you're collecting all these knives, you know, you want to get the full set or something, having these coins is pretty cool. You can display these, all kinds of display cases for stuff like this. You know, nice copper coin. It's just neat. Again, it just adds that fun collectability of the whole thing. Here's the parrot, which I showed recently, I believe. Also very fun design there. But yeah, the O knife, I have to say I'm into it. The reason I'm making this video, not just to talk about the sale, but someone tagged me, I think, on Facebook because someone had a whole thread about, you know, are the Olight knives good knives, like good quality knives. If you haven't caught on already or haven't, you know, heard the word, these are all made by Kizer. You know, Kizer makes very good knives. I've never been disappointed with their stuff before, and it's no different. Just because we have a logo on here, it's just contracted out to Olight. But they're fantastic. They are really, really good knives, specifically with the steel upgrade. So, like, if you're interested in these, even the base model versions of these knives, they're decent. They're very decent. I'll say that for sure. You know, it may not blow you away if you're walking around, you know, with Microtech in your pocket or, you know, high-end Benchmade or Spyderco or something like that. But they're definitely very, very nice. However, the upgraded versions, like sometimes when they release these, they will have one with a little bit better steel or one with, you know, titanium frame locks, whatever. Those are significantly better. Like, these are totally fine for EDC. If you find yourself having a hard time sharpening your knives, yeah, they're going to get dull a little quicker. They're cheaper knives. They're more affordable stuff, right? But when you do upgrade the steels and stuff, you do get, like, your money's worth. You know what I'm saying? You're really getting a fantastic knife you can use every single day. Not to, you know, poo-poo on these or anything, but I know so many people out there, and I know it's because you send me messages, you just don't like sharpening your knives. So I get this message at least once a week. Hey Jeff, I got into knives, I watch your videos, you know, I got this knife and it's dull. You know, I thought it was good quality, but you know, apparently it's not. It's just not the case. It's not the case. You have to be able to sharpen your knives. It doesn't matter if you have the best steel in the world or the worst. It's going to eventually get dull. It's like if you know, shot a gun and you run out of ammo and you're like, well, this gun sucks, you know, it's not shooting anymore. You have no ammo. You gotta maintain it. You gotta fill it back up. So it's just one of those things. I see value in every knife. That's why I'm cutlery lover and not expensive knife guy. You know what I mean? I value the cheaper, more affordable options always, because sometimes you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get a decent knife. When I talk about quality, it's not just, you know, what blade steel it is. It's how it locks up, how the fit and finish is, how it, you know, comfortable the design is. Those are all important factors, you know. But at the end of the day, when you start using knives, especially more expensive knives, your expectations get higher and higher. So when you go back down to something more affordable, it seems disappointing. But, you know, to each their own. There's so many different knife people out there. The guy who has a $5 knife and doesn't care and uses it every day, maybe he's a plumber or something, or you know, does carpeting or who knows what. But he beats on that thing, but he goes home and he sharpens it, and it's fine. It's really not an issue. And then you have people on the other side of the spectrum who have, you know, $1,200 knives, and, you know, they're polishing their edge, and they cut one box or something, and then they're, you know, upset there's a scratch on it, you know. There's all kinds of different knife people out there. But anyway, to come back to my point here is, overall, I'm a fan. I really do like these. But I have to say, after experiencing the upgraded version of this Beagle, I do kind of want to try some of the better versions of these knives, because they really are a little better in every way. You get the same design for less, but if you do want that edge retention stuff, you do have to upgrade to some of those different steel options. But ultimately, I also want to talk about the nightclaw. I just thought that was pretty cool. That was definitely a surprise. And there's definitely the fidget factor here. You know, you can flip it open, flick it shut. People love doing that. But yeah, just super cool. I like it. So anyway, that's pretty much it. You guys know the deal. There are so many sales constantly. Obviously, the holidays are around the corner. I'm not sure about shipping, as far as shipping in time. Sometimes that Christmas present that arrives late is the best one, because Christmas is over, and then you get to give someone something they're not expecting because it arrived like a week after Christmas or something. So, you know, whenever you can get in on a sale, it's always a good thing. Saving money. Be a good consumer. I try to say that more often these days, because it's so true. You can't just be the person that just wants everything. You got to really shop around, get those good prices. Most of you work very hard for your money, so don't give it away. You know, spend it wisely. But anyway, that is it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned if you're into the flashlight side of things, because I will definitely show some of the cool new stuff. I got the Christmas set, which I was very excited about. That's going to be a gift. I did take the saran wrap off, though, so I can take a peek and see what it's like, because it's pretty cool. But anyway, that's for a future video, which I'll probably post within a couple days. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.